Hi everyone, I am Francine from Huawei Global Training Center. Welcome back to OpenStack Mock. In this course, let's continue to discuss OpenStack Nova project. First of all, let's get to know what is Nova. OpenStack Nova is a component within the OpenStack developed to manage the life cycle of compute instance in an OpenStack environment. It provides virtual servers on demand, designed to power massively scalable self-service access to compute resources. Also supports standard hardware. As the most distributed and complex component in the OpenStack platform, Nova interacts heavily with an OpenStack service like Keystone for performing authentication, Horizon for its web interface, and Glance for supplying its images. To help us understand better, let's get to know some terminologies related to Nova. KVM, Kernel-Based Virtual Machine, is a full virtualization solution for Linux on x86 hardware. KVM is the most widely used hypervisor for OpenStack, configured as the default hypervisor for compute. QEMU. The QEMU hypervisor is very similar to the KVM hypervisor. Both are controlled through libvirt. Both support the same feature set. The main difference is that QEMU does not support native virtualization. Consequently, QEMU was worse performance than KVM, and it's a poor choice for production deployment. Flavor. The virtual hardware templates are called flavors. In OpenStack, defining size for RAM, disk, number of cores, and so on. Key pair, which consists of a private key and public key. It provides SSH access to the instance. So, to log into your instance, you must create a key pair. A security group is a named collection of access rules. Security group rules are the tailored strategies that control instance access. These access rules, specified with incoming network traffic, should be delivered to the instance. All other ingress traffic will be discarded. So, what is the architecture of Nova component? In this picture, you will find the helpful explaining of the key components of a typical Nova deployment. Nova API, Nova Schedule, Nova Conductor, Nova Compute, Nova Queues, and Nova Database Modules. Nova API. End users, for example, DevOps developers, and even other OpenStack components, talk to Nova API to interface with the OpenStack. Nova Schedule decides which hoster gets its instance. Conductor handles requests that needed to coordination. Acts as database, proxy, or handles object conversions. Compute manages communication with hypervisor and virtual machines. Messenger queues transform messages between Nova components. The SQL database stores most of the build time and run time state for a cloud infrastructure. This includes the instance types that are available for use, instance in use, networks available, and projects. Now, let's take a closer look at how each component interacts. First of all, as Nova enters, Nova API receives the instance created request from the user. Then, the messenger queue helps to forward this request to Nova Scheduler. Nova Scheduler decides to launch instance of each Nova by carrying the host's working load from database. After that, the Nova Compute launches this instance on the specific host. As you can see from the illustration, the schedule could not be directly communicated with the database. On the Nova Computer component, the conductor helps transfer all these informations. Of course, to launch an instance also needs to cooperation with other resources like a mirror, network, and storage. So, the Nova Compute component and Nova Volume Nova network and Nova components through the message queue to obtain mutual comparison and ultimately complete the creation of virtual machine instance. Well, this is the process of how the Nova components complete the process of creating a virtual machine instance. To summarize the function of Nova, we can see that Nova is comprised of multiple service processes. It's performing different functions. Nova provides the instance lifecycle management, manages the host computer resource, schedules the platform network, and storage resource. Nova supports a variety of hypervisor technology, XIM, KeyVM, VMware, and so on. The user-face interface is an on-fire REST API, while internally Nova components communicate via RPC messenger passing mechanisms. Let's now take a brief summary of this section. Firstly, we briefly introduce that is Nova, the common glossary, and key components. Then, we took a closer look about the Nova system architecture and how each component interactive. That's all for this part. Thanks for watching.